If you're growing out your silver hair and you're looking for work at the same time, watch this video to see if you should dye your hair for an interview. Hi, I'm Lynn. I inspire women to go naturally silver and embrace the best parts of themselves. So you have this great interview coming up. You've been waiting for this job opportunity and you're in the middle of a gray hair grow out. What do? Do you give it all up and dye your hair because you want to appear younger to the interviewer? Or do you go with two-toned hair, hoping that they don't notice or hoping that, maybe they don't care? Often the advice that you're going to get is that you should try to cover it up some way. You should wear it pulled back. You should try root touch-up sprays. You should do what you can to not make it look so obvious. So older job seekers are often given the advice to try to maybe brush in some color into that gray hair, try to appear a little bit younger to the interviewer, and see if maybe you can show a more competitive edge by being younger. So if you dye your hair before the interview, then yes, you are going to probably look younger to the interviewer. But it's really hard to fool them about your age because they're looking at your resume. And if you've been in your field long enough, you're going to have lots of dates on there that are probably going to give your age away. The other thing is about being authentic. If you're growing out your gray hair and you decide you're going to cover it up for the interview, maybe mask it with some color powders or root touch-up sprays, and then you show up for work on that first day with two-toned hair, well, you really haven't fooled anybody then, have you? You're only really going to feel authentic in an interview if you're being yourself. And if you're like most of us who've traveled on this silver hair journey, part of who you are now is the fact that you're growing out your silver hair. That's part of who you are, like it or not. So showing your age for the interview has some pros and cons to it. And covering up who you are for the interview might make you appear even more self-conscious during the interview process than if you would have just shown up for the interview with your half silver in all of its glory. Now on the flip side of that though, you could have more confidence if you just don't even make that a factor at all and use some root touch-up spray and cover it up. Then you're not going to be thinking about it at all during the interview and you're going to be more confident. You'll be able to focus more on the interview than worrying about what you look like. People go through great lengths to feel confident in an interview. You pick out the right clothes, you style your hair a certain way. So yes, of course, having a half gray head of hair can make you possibly feel less confident. A lot of people will opt to cover it up for the interview, but other people choose to show that authentic side of themselves and choose to focus mostly on their attributes, on their skills, on their knowledge, and their experience for the job. And remember, your age doesn't really have anything to do with your confidence and your energy and all the other attributes about yourself that you can bring to that organization and to that position. And that enthusiasm, excitement, and energy that you bring to that interview for that new position outshines any dye that you could put on your hair. But in some situations, yes, reaching for that dye bottle before a job interview is gonna make you feel more confident. But it might be temporary because that's not who you truly are anymore. The bottom line is that you should do whatever it takes to make you feel confident and authentic. And if that means covering your hair up for the interview, then so be it. But consider this, if you bring everything else to that interview that is uniquely you and you still don't get the job, do you really want to work for a company that's going to discriminate against you based on the color of your hair? If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe and don't forget to hit that notification bell.